everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. We are doing an unboxing of the Dreaming Oracle, and I'm excited about this because the last couple of months, a couple of different clients, I would say even more than a couple, I would say probably a handful, 5 or so, have asked me, do you do readings surrounding dreams? Or can you help me understand a bit more about what I dreamt about the other night about this person? Or, I know that there's something that's here that I'm trying to navigate emotionally, but I can't quite understand what's behind it. And I was like, I really want to use like the cards, tarot or oracle, to do a bit more dream working. And I just was like, I only have one deck in my collection, one oracle deck that is just specifically tied to dreams, but it never really worked for me in my practice. And then lo and behold, like the same week, Melissa, one of the creators, Melissa Grace Chianta, emailed me and asked, would I be interested in receiving and reviewing her deck called the Dreaming Oracle, a Jungian-based deck. And I was like, I cannot believe that. Like, it was like just like a serendipitous crossroads of sorts. And so I was like, yes. And what's interesting is when I went to the website for the Dreaming Oracle, I feel like I've seen the deck before, or maybe it's like deja vu. So that even in and of itself, I was like, I feel like I've seen this deck and even wanted it. And then I must have forgot about it, and here it is. So that's a bit of the backstory. The artist is Cora Roxanne, and I cannot wait to look at it up close and personal. So that is what's been going on. I literally just this past week had a client ask, let's get the sticker, can she help me, or can she help me? Can I help her? Well, she says, can you help me to figure out what this dream meant, because she's been trying to navigate a challenging relationship with a guy, and she had this very poignant standout dream. And yeah, we used the cards, we used tarot, but I felt like I just needed something a bit more specific for the work. And I could see it working in other types of readings too. I'm guessing. We'll see as we do the flip through. Very packaged well. Thank you, Melissa. Shipped quickly. This deck is available for sale in the United States and in Europe, because the artist is in Europe and the author is in the United States. I'm so appreciative because this deck was shipped from California to Florida. That's where my post office box is. And then from Florida, it was shipped to the island and to the Caribbean. And it made it. It was looking like I haven't gotten in there yet, but so far so good. It's packaged quite well for all the travels it had to do and go. Oh, I can't wait to open it. And I'm getting ahead of myself. Super excited. Oh yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Here is the box. Oh. Cora Roxanne and Melissa Chianta. So we'll look at this more up close, but lovely, lovely box. So when we switch camera angles, we'll look a bit more at the box, the guidebook, all the things, right? So yeah, that is my little experience of how I connected with this deck that was gifted to me. And yeah, I'm going to share my first impressions. I just love those moments where I get ready to expand in my reading practice and how and what I deliver readings on, like what subjects. And then the universe provides the tools. And so I am forever grateful for this. All right, let's switch camera angles and take a close look at this gorgeous deck. All right, so let's first take a look at the box situation. So we've got it up close. Here's the back. It's a 60 card deck with guidebook. Your dreams carry powerful secrets, and this oracle will help you decipher them. Based on the work of Carl Jung, this beautifully crafted deck features evocative poetry, whimsically deep watercolors, and Jungian-inspired guidance. Jungian-inspired guidance, including an entire section on how to understand your dreams. Food for mind and soul is not just an oracle, it's a transformational experience. And then there's the website here for more information. Check out www.thedreamingoracle.com. Okay. All right. So I love this kind of almost ribbed texture here on the box. Love the artwork, the little fox. Okay. And we have another box here, as well as these little popcorns to keep the deck safe. I personally am happy about that because, you know, even if it travels a short distance, we know how banged up decks can get. And so far, I'm not seeing any problems whatsoever. So we have the box, like a little tuck box here. I can even see these working in my mysterious circumstance type readings too. Tapping into, you know, subconscious thoughts and feelings. Do this. Okay. So we've got the presentation here, like a paperback guidebook, but it looks like it's got a lot of great information. I'm excited to get into this guidebook. Yes, yes, yes. We'll set that aside for a moment. Okay. So we've got the Dreaming Oracle Guidebook. It feels so good. It's like this satiny matte finish, which I appreciate. And just take a look here. Got a dedication. Oh, look at the contents. And remember, it's 60 cards. Wow. One of the things that really drew me to this particular deck, this Dreaming Oracle, is the keywords. And we'll look more at that in a moment when we go through each of the cards. But I am always here for really good, juicy, unique, outside thinking keywords for Oracle cards, because you get that freedom when you are creating an Oracle deck to assign evocative keywords. And so you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. But yeah, we have a glossary, a dream glossary, a section about the creators. There's a notes section. I believe there's even a section for spreads, but we'll get into that in a moment. Oh, I'm so looking forward to reading the guidebook. Like, I'm going to take the guidebook out and read it as a standalone thing. It's one of those kind of guidebooks, you know. It says Introduction to Dreamwork, The Shadow, How to Work with Dreams, Dream Characteristics. We've got feelings, colors, landscape, structures. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now I feel ready for dream working readings. Got people, sounds, time of day, movement, messages. Time of day would be interesting. Was it pitch black night, a sunny day, twilight, or an exact time like 3 p.m.? Movement, messages, date, Dreamwork basics. Oh yeah, totally going to check this book out and read it cover to cover. Don't remember your dreams. There's some guidance for that and some recommendations. types of dreams, personal dreams, collective dreams. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guidebook is not to be missed. And I believe that was 12 pages. How to use this deck. There's card layouts, the one card spread, the ego, self-conscious, unconscious spread, tension of the opposite spreads, traditional past, present, future spread, a wholeness spread, where's the dream leading you spread. Oh yeah. And then we go into the card meanings, right? And you have the author's interpretation. Looks like a key sentence here. And then we have through the artist's eyes. A beautiful little poem here. And then the information from the artist's perspective. Love it. I actually wish more of this happened with other decks where we get to hear from the artist when there's like a two-team situation going on with the deck being created. So, yeah, that's the guidebook. I want to make sure we've gone through everything here that we need. Here's the glossary. Okay, and notes section. Lots of references here and about the creators. Okay, all right. Let's now get into the card. All right, so now we want to get into the tuck box. So we have the tuck box. Cards rest in there. There's a little bit of room in the box, but with all of like the protective padding, no issues with the cards that I can see. Yes, they look in great, fabulous shape. All right. Watercolors, right? So this is 60 watercolor reproductions from the artist. Is it agape? Agape? Here's the card backs. That's beautiful. Oh, I love the color. Okay. Ancients. Anima Mundi. Put it like that. Oh, anxiety. Attention. And it's like if you're looking for original artwork, here it is, right? In a world where there's so much photoshopping and AI generated art, it's refreshing to hold something that is from the artist, right? From the artist's heart. Beware. Birth. It's beautiful. Bones. Curious to know what the bones card meaning is. Companion. Contented. Oh, look at cry. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. Departed. I want to show you something about departed. Look. Look who's departed. They're the departed. So beautiful. ebb. This is what I mean by like the keywords, bones and ebb. Ebb and flow. What do you think about the ebb and flow? The ebb as a part of that little phrase of flow. What does that tell you? Elemental. Oh, embodied. Another great one. Emergence. Fearless. Cute. Oh, I like this one a lot. Glimmer. Another great keyword. Gorgeous artwork. Borderless, right? It's kind of like, it's not glossy, thank goodness. I like that. Good cardstock. Graces is one of the cards I saw, I think, on the website. Isn't that beautiful? Grief. Guides. Your guides are here. Harvest. Hidden. How? Imagination. This is another good one. Incantation. Instinct. Kintsugi? Not sure what that means. I'll have to look that one up too when I come across the card. Look it up in the guidebook. Ledge. Beautiful. Look at the tiger holding dearly to the edge. On the ledge. Lifeblood. Another great unique keyword. Oh, I like it. That's interesting. Liminal. Melancholy. Metamorphosis. Mystery. Oh, I absolutely adore it. I love the shades of purple, the trees, the starry night, the deer. Mystery. Beautiful. Nurture. That need to be nurtured or to nurture someone, right? I could see how that could work with certain love readings I do for my peeps. We tap into the subconscious. What's really at the heart of what's going on here is a desire to be nurtured or to nurture someone, and it's always, getting them in situations where maybe they are nurturing the wrong person, or the wrong person's not in their life, or that's in their life that's not nurturing them, right? So I could see how it could work for those kind of readings too. We have optimism, peace, perspective. Really gorgeous artwork. It's not easy to work with the watercolor medium from what I understand, and I think the artist really has a good command on it, on her unique style shining through with the watercolors, and the color itself, like the saturation of color is so beautiful, like in this protection. Got that reds, oranges, burnt orange, fury, passion, defensive, boundary setting orange. Like that. Quest. Receive. Oh, is that the cute little fox? Yes. Rest. Roots. I also plan to use this deck for like collective, like when you do live streams and you want to pull cards for the peeps in the chat. I could see this deck working well for that purpose too. Like it's not just for dreams. Like I could see all the different types of readings that you could use, even career readings, life purpose readings, and definitely dream workings. Shelter. You're in a cave. Shock. Yes. Shock to the system. Solar. Gorgeous. Solitude. Strength. Sunset. Taming. Wow. Thief. Someone's stealing your light. Tiger's calm. Topsy-turvy. Transformation. Trickster. Trust. Vessel. Oh yes, I love this one. Like, because look, little fox. I am a fan of foxes. I know, and probably running into one in real life would be a different story, but I'm totally here for admiring the foxes from afar. Vessel, and holding this beautiful vessel with the rainbow and the bird flying above the rainbow. Yeah. Weight. Got the weight of the world on this person's shoulders. Wishes. Wishes. Okay. And lastly, witch. Yes, this is a great one. Wow. Let's see how they hold in the hand. Yeah. Let's see if I have a point of reference. It's It feels good in the hand. Okay, let's do some size comparisons before we attempt to shuffle the deck. It's smaller than like a Hay House card, Oracle card. You know, I consider like Hay House's Oracle deck standard Oracle size. So it is a hair smaller on each side, but I like that. I know it feels good in the hand. My deck is traditional tarot size, so obviously it's going to be wider than that, but it is like the same height, but slightly wider. Okay. Now, let's overhand shuffle it. Ancients. Graces. Beautiful greens, so that stands out to me. Life and force and protection. I could even see these working well with, you know, some sort of ancestral readings or past life readings. You know, you'd use this as a clarifying message or to tie up all the messages together. We have the ancients, graces, and protection. And I want to zoom in so we can look at them closely, take them in as I look at the guidebook for a moment. So let's first go to ancients. And we'll just read excerpts, right? So here's the italicized sentence at top. You carry a consciousness that has existed since the beginning of time. Listen to its voice. It knows there are no mistakes, only lessons. Are you drained, confused, or stuck? This card says that it's time to connect to the wisdom of the ancients. Take yourself into nature or to a place where you can be truly quiet. Harness the intuitive nature of the moon, explore your dream imagery, and listen for the ancients' voices. They echo through the collective unconscious, speaking in symbols, snakes, spiral, tree, ocean, that continue to resonate today. The ancients knew that often what matters most is what cannot be seen. They knew that growth happens during periods of darkness and silence, as well as times of sunny vibrancy. They knew to trust the process of life, that there is a season for everything, letting go, receiving, and letting go again. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. So through the artist's eyes, there's a poem here, and it says, as the ferns tumble over a moonlit stream, memories of a time past call across the ancient moor. And during the darkness of night, a pearly moon illuminates the moors, its silver beams shimmering on swampy waters. In the distance, 3 wild dogs howl, and the river weaves across the land. How does this image mirror your current emotional landscape? What in your life or inside of you feels like the still waters, stagnant and in need of renewal? What emotions do you need to reflect on? What aspects of your psyche, lurking in the murky waters of the unconscious, want to be seen? As you contemplate these questions, tune into the 3 wild dogs. And the number 3 often appears in fairy tales. 3 sisters, 3 bears, 3 witches. And when a protagonist faces 2 choices, a third different way often appears, bringing necessary change to the established order. If you are feeling conflicted or in need of renewal, how can you find your third way? By allowing your inner wild dogs, your instinctual parts, free expression. And I'll just stop there. It goes further, but it's, wow. It's beautiful. You can even journal, with what comes up for you as you're exploring, the artwork. We'll look at graces. We'll just read an excerpt from there. And you are beauty, you are joy, you are the goddess too. Don't believe it? Dance around and laugh a little until you finally do. Is life hard right now? Are you dragged out, anxiety-ridden, or just plain bored? This card says it's time for a beauty break. Sometimes we can get so caught up in work, parenting, and social obligations, we forget to stare at a sunset, read poems, dance naked, and make love. Even when we are going through a crisis, we still need pleasure. Ain't that the truth? Oh, yeah. I love how the artist has like a say in how you work with the imagery, how you work with the card's meaning. So for the Graces card, through the artist's eyes, the artist says, this is a time to let go of the intellect and rational thinking of logos and instead bask in the wonder of the imaginal, mythical, and intuitive. These qualities are of the goddess who, as Joseph Campbell wrote, is in everybody, in every place, and is every place. Okay. And in this card, there are 3 goddesses known as the Graces in Greek mythology. Agalia, the goddess of beauty and brightness. Euphrosyne, the goddess of joy. And Thalia, the goddess of blooming or festivity. Often associated with Aphrodite and depicted with her son Eros, these naked dancing maidens can visit us when we are reaching for fulfilling creativity and connection with others. They symbolize the joy and freedom we can experience when we are true to our hearts and inner natures. Yes. Protection. Let's see what protection says. When you find yourself in the luminous unknown, let unconditional self-love and grounded faith tether you to your inner home. Okay, you're standing at an exciting new threshold, but crossing it means taking risk. If worries about the future are flooding your mind, this card is a reminder that you can protect yourself. All true warriors know that safety is an inside job. The ultimate protection is firmly believing that you are worthy of unconditional love. In the past, when life handed you terrible troubles, you may have felt ashamed, like something must have been very wrong with you to be dealt such a fate. Affirming your inherent value will help you to recover from these assaults to your soul so you can forge ahead with your self-esteem intact. Okay. Besides self-worth, grounding also offers protection. If you are spacing out, you're more vulnerable to unsavory energies when you feel connected to the earth and yourself. However, you can better control the permeability of your boundaries and banish bad vibes while welcoming supportive friends and allies. The steadying power of community will benefit you right now. Look for your teachers and you will find them. Okay, besides emotional and spiritual protection, you also could need the physical fortification of immune-boosting herbs or a change in your diet or exercise routine. As you prepare for your next step, hire a fitness coach, book a massage, or just get some more sleep and sunshine. I like that. I like that. Protection. And then through the artist's eyes, are you facing external challenges? Follow your heart. Conquer your fear with self-belief, confidence, and a rainbow of passion. Take Archangel Fox's sword and let it bring you clarity of mind and healing energy, as well as the ability to cut away what no longer serves you. Let Eagle also assist and grant you the sight to see where your current path is leading you and where you want to go. Cloak yourself in divine care, but also build strong boundaries to protect yourself from your own and others' negativity. Soon, you'll gain the freedom you need to climb up the staircase into expanded consciousness. Love how she touched on the symbolism found in her card, in her artwork. Yeah. Yeah. By tapping in and connecting to that ancient wisdom deep in our subconscious, we learn to honor our and nurture our our natural state of being, who we really are, like when we don't have to worry. Who are you when you're not worrying or rushing or fussing, right? Who are you? Are you funny, effervescent, relaxed, creative, spiritual? And you have to protect that. It's worth it. So we can be more of that in our natural state day to day. It starts, sometimes with just a sliver of time in your day to just allow yourself to be who you would be if you didn't have to worry about a thing. Sometimes we can only spare a couple of minutes, but it grows over time. It's a gorgeous message. Yes, indeedy. Well, there you have it, folks. This is the Dreaming Oracle by Cora, Roxanne, and Melissa Chianta. And I am so excited to have it in my collection and to begin working with it. It has such a gentle energy. The guidebook is just beautiful, and it has some wonderful, easy to digest tools on how to begin dream working and how to incorporate that into cartomancy, which is the art of working with cards, right? So I am so curious to hear what you all think about this deck. Leave me a comment, or if you have a question about it, feel free to ask it. Follow the links down below if you want to learn more about this deck or see where you can purchase it. And yeah, overall, I would say this is a deck I could see myself using. I can see myself using it for readings for myself, definitely client readings, and for all the different ways I mentioned throughout this video. Like, there's so many different ways, but I feel like sometimes, you just say, hey, I want to be intentional about exploring what my dreams are sharing with me. And it could start with working with a deck like this in a journal, right? You pull a card, or you do a reading and see what is coming up, what is at the subconscious level behind that dream, and having this deck be like the key to kind of unlock and open the door and go into that world of what your dream is trying to convey to you. So I'm excited. I am looking forward to working with the deck, and it'll probably be mentioned in the future on my channel because, yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be like working with it. Look at that full reproduction here in black and white. Gorge. Do me a favor on your way out, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, friends. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Bye for now.